So it's wonderful to be here, actually. I am actually from a village near Thuthukudi. Long time ago, maybe about 35 years back, I had a chance to come to Tirunelveli when I was in my village to take part in an elocution competition. We were all in Tamil medium, and first time they called to speak in English in Shankar Cements. So I remember the day I came and I was trying to translate everything from Tamil to English and spoke there, and I got second prize. So Tirunelveli is very special to me, and I am very happy to be here. Yesterday I came from Chennai. I drove myself. About 10 hours we traveled. 4 o'clock I started, 2 o'clock in the morning I reached Tirunelveli. And Tirunelveli is very special, and I'm glad I'm here. It's wonderful to see all of you. I have a very eminent panel. I had a chance to meet some of them, Professor Rajeshri as well as Ramesh I met. And I also find others, they are extremely technically qualified. And Madam asked me some questions and I failed. I didn't answer any of this properly because they were all quite technical. Friends, I am not a technical guy at all. Okay, so I am the right person perhaps to moderate because I cannot really contribute much in this forum. But having come all the way from Chennai, driven, and I also was telling Madam that in between I had a headache, and I stopped my vehicle and slept literally on the road, inside the vehicle of course, for about an hour. So I did all that to come here, so I have to speak something. This session, friends, is about one of the aspects which is about is the Gen Y. Gen Y. How to inspire this Gen Y guys. I belong to Gen X, I'm sure you are aware. And many of you are perhaps from Gen X like me. Perhaps some of you, I look at you as perhaps Gen Y. And I would like to really define what is this Gen X and Gen Y and what it was beforehand. Let us look at my father's generation is called baby boomers. How to do that? Yeah. Go to the next one. He's my father. He was, in fact, he passed away 2 years back. And I consider him slightly less than God. Brought up in the village, we have great reverence for this man. I held on to every word he spoke. I never spoke back. I received everything from him. I never sat in front of him crossed legs. And I never sat in that chair of his till he died. And so it was some sort of a reverential relationship. Extremely respectful. Sometimes we had a chance to go a little closer and discuss a lot of things. I have been largely learning and receiving from him. The interaction was largely one-sided. Of course, he gave me a chance to speak sometimes, but he gave me the chance. Go to the next one. This is the closest perhaps I went to him. One day, this is when he was perhaps 79, 80 years old. This is a relationship between baby boomers and Gen X. It was out of respect, fear, reverential, not very close. Go to the next one. This is me and my boy, the first guy. You see, he is in charge. I am not in charge. He is holding me, not me. I never could do this to my father. I can't touch him like this. Go to the next one. So these three of us, I have two Gen Ys with me. The Gen Y guy all the time talk back, largely talk back. He tells me sometimes, you are the dumbest guy I can ever think of. He tells me. And I have a PhD, by the way. This is a group which talks back and so independent in their mind, and there is absolutely no fear in this group. This Gen Y are the ones we are going to deal with. I'm sure that's what you are dealing with in your respective universities. This guy, Gen X, as professors and leaders, you are going to deal with Gen Y, whereas you got everything from the baby boomers, like my father. So you received somewhere and you had to adapt to that style because you are not in charge. My father was in charge completely till he went. And now my sons are in charge. I never had a chance to be in charge. So I was under the command of somebody and I went to the command of somebody else. And I have to receive from them and I have to influence these guys. Then only I can provide leadership, and the so-called leadership, they should not even think it is leadership. Then only it will work. Because they want to be leaders to begin with. Right? So this is a generation, the Gen X, all of us, is a generation which is perhaps has the best of both as well as the worst of both. We are the most adaptable. Perhaps this is a generation which has got the best opportunity to be in both. This perhaps is so we should be happy that we are Gen X and we have an opportunity to deal with this interesting, intelligent, outrageous, not fearful Gen Ys. So how to inspire this Gen Ys? This has been my research for the past 10 years after my PhD. I deal with metaphors to inspire and help people to learn various aspects that I want to teach. So actually I came here preparing myself to speak for 1.5 hours, and he just told me 15 minutes. I'm going to break the law. I'm going to speak for 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Is it okay? With your permission. Okay, go to the next one.
When you create music, you kind of immerse yourself in it. The joy is in getting lost within it when you are in that particular zone.
So friends, we have to encourage the students, the young ones, like my boys, to focus. When I was in my village, there wasn't anything at all. No entertainment. There wasn't any mall. There wasn't any big TVs. There wasn't internet. We didn't have computer. We didn't have TV. We had only one Murphy radio, and my father said only 7 to 8 in the morning. And nothing else to go. Beyond my house, there was a big forest jungle kind of a thing, Mullukadu, and we can do nothing there. So I went home and studied well. But my boys have got everything. And my father is a poor man, but their father is a rich guy. He had a lot of money. He has a lot of money. And they know it. My boys know it. So I have to inspire this boy to focus how to do this. So I am taking some examples from Mr. A.R. Rahman. How did he focus? That relates to him. A.R. Rahman says, when you create music, you kind of immerse yourself in it. The joy is getting lost into this. I am telling my boys to get lost into their studies, into what they are supposed to do. This is how A.R. Rahman gets lost and see what he has done. Go to the next one.
Reena, Amir Khan's
when A.R. Rahman was making this music for Lagan, he's so immersed in the music, nothing else matters to him. Nobody can distract him. And Reena, Amir Khan's ex-wife, she came all the way, You are not getting the voice? Why there's no voice? It will speak. And she came there to give him a check. And A.R. Rahman was sitting inside composing. He won't come out.
Wife, an executive producer of Lagan,
Nothing
waited
distracts
outside
him.
Rahman's house for hours and ended up missing her flight to Mumbai. And all she wanted to do was pay him.
Nothing distracts him. Even money doesn't distract him. She missed a flight. He won't meet her till he completed his work. If only our children can study like that, focus on their assignments like this, it could be great. Isn't it? Go to the next one.
I like the way he's completely engrossed in his work, not bothered about things around him. There is no stress about finishing on time. He is one of the few music directors who does everything on his own. He conducts, he thinks up every note, corrects it, mixes. That's what takes time. Sometimes the right melody can take him 1 minute, sometimes a whole month. But he waits for it. Shankar Mahadevan.
This is focus, friends. Mr. A.R. Rahman is such a great musician. Yes, because he has great talent. But friends, he made his great music. This is what I tell my boys. He made his great music not just because of his great talent, but also he's able to focus. Focus is a common denominator. Maybe for musicians, maybe for sportsmen, maybe for students, everyone. Go to the next one. Play it for some time. This music from musical talent. It takes focus, friends. This is what I tell my boys.
जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है तेरा तुझे है पुकारा ये वो बंधन है जो कभी टूट नहीं सकता ये जो देश है तेरा स्वदेश है
Focus, how to focus, Go to the next one.
There is another way. I love Helen. I won't give her up, and neither will you. So let us fight our own battle. The winner takes Helen home. And let that be the end of it.
A brave offer, but not enough.
Let me kill this little peacock.
I didn't come here for your pretty wife. I came here for Troy.
I came for my honor. His every breath insults me. Let me kill him. When he's lying in the dust, give the signal to attack. You'll have your city. I love my revenge.
So be it.
I accept your challenge. And tonight, I'll drink to your bones.
This is Paris and Hector, his younger brother, who is a great warrior. He's getting ready. Paris is now.
him swing and miss, he'll tire.
Brother, if I fall, tell Helen. Tell her.
I will.
Don't let Menelaus hurt her.
You think of your sword and his sword and nothing else.
You think of your sword and his sword and nothing else. Hector tells his brother Paris, well, his brother is very nervous, and I'm not going to show you what his brother did. He didn't focus. He got the good lesson, but he could not focus because he was not confident. But I'm going to show you somebody else who practiced this. Go to the next one. With that, I will close.
Achilles is known to be the best of all the warriors of his time. At war, he demonstrates the singular power of focus.
So friends, Hector taught his brother what is focus.
Take a look at him in a battle.
And somebody else practiced that. That is Achilles. Look at him. And I will close now and give my friends chance to speak. Yes, go to the next one. Yeah.
Perhaps you should have our war tomorrow when you're better rested. I should have you whipped for your impudence.
Perhaps you should fight him.
Achilles. Achilles! Look at the men's faces. You can save hundreds of them. You can end this war with a swing of your sword. Let them go home to their wives.
Imagine a king who fights his own battles. Wouldn't that be a sight?
Of all the warlords loved by the gods, I hate him the most.
So much of distractions are there for my boys as well as to this Achilles. But Achilles is very focused. Friends, that's a great murder, isn't it? I'm not trying to tell you murdering is good. But this is what perhaps Guru Dronacharya taught Arjuna, isn't it? Arjuna saw what? What did he see? What did he see? One eye, nothing else. Focus is that. It was relevant for Arjuna. It is relevant for my Gen Y boys, my sons. I'm sure it is relevant for all your students who belong to this Gen Ys. And you tell them to focus, they don't get it because they are not out of fear. My father told me, if you don't study and come up, there is a big problem in your life. You may not get a job. You will not get anywhere. And your father is a poor guy. And that fear triggered me to do what I did. But my boys are not scared at all. They simply have no fear. Gen Y is like that. But Gen Y has to be inspired. They have to be told in their language how to focus, why to focus, and give them a very good understanding of that. This is my little understanding of Gen Ys. I have two of them at home, as I showed you. Friends, now I stop. I think I have exceeded my time already, if I'm right. I stop and I'll come back because I am the chairman of the session, isn't it, sir? Yeah, so I might come back. If I come back, then I will show you one more sequence like this. Do you like that? Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Now I will let my panel members to introduce themselves because I don't know them sufficiently. I will request all of them to introduce themselves and give their side of technology-based session. I think so. Thank you.